Hey everyone, managing tokens and permissions in any application is a daunting task. For system administrators, you might have many people on your team that need different levels of permissions to access the applications that you're building. With the new WayScript permission system, we have a bunch of new features that will help speed this process up and make it very easy to do. I want to show you those features in this video and talk through a few examples on why they're helpful and how we can start using them. Let's jump right in. If this is your first time viewing WayScript, what it is an internal tooling development hub. You can build all your applications in one place and manage them very easily. We do this by giving you instant, cloud-ready dev containers where you can just start building your applications that you need without worrying about the infrastructure. Along with managing all the infrastructure, we give you a bunch of tools that you can use in your applications to help speed up your workflows. One of those tools now is the permissions feature, and that's what we're talking about in this video. So permissions, how they work is in WayScript, we have a workspace. Within this workspace, we have members. So if we want to view our members of our workspace, we can click on settings and go to members. Here you can see my coworkers and I all working together in the same workspace. So we can all access the same applications that we're building or use each other's applications. Depending on the application that I'm building, I may need different members of my workspace to have different levels of permissions. And I can do that all through using WayScript and the pre-built tools that we get using it. One of the tools that I've created for my team is a dashboard that connects to a database that gives a personalized view to each member of my team. To go and view that, I'll click into the layer that I've built it in, and I'll go and view it at the WayScript hosted link. When this loads, we see that I get a personalized view and it knows which view to return. So this is the administrator view for me, and it knows that the user accessing it is myself, Derek at wayscript.com. So I get a different view compared to a different user on my team. By default, all applications that you build with endpoints like this one will be protected by default, and you'll have to be logged in to view their contents. If we were to open an incognito browser and try to visit that URL, let's see what happens. So we're not logged in and we get prompted to log in. At this point, we could log in with an account that has access, but I want to show you a view where we don't have access. So I'll log in to an account that doesn't have access to this layer. Since this account doesn't have access to that page, we don't get any information back and we can't view the contents. We can turn this setting off if we wanted to, so I will minimize this page. We can go back into our layer and we can click on the left to endpoints and say, make endpoints publicly accessible. Let's do that now. Then we'll redeploy our application. By doing this, that means that our page is public and other people not within our workspace can view it. I'll turn this back off for now. If you're curious about the specific code that we're using in this, I'll link it down below in the description, but I will also show you very briefly how we're doing this. When a user accesses our Flask application, we can actually pull context about that user and do something with it. So in that example, we're pulling out the user email and we're returning it to our template. So that's how we're getting the different information on that page depending on the user that logs in. Very quickly, I also want to show you that WayScript gives each member of your team tokens so they can use your applications. If you want to view your user specific token, you can go into your settings on the left and go down to application keys. This provides you a key that you can use to access different resources, and I'll show you how to use this key and get those resources now. In this example, I've already built a connection to an AWS database that I want users to be able to query, but I don't want to give away credentials to that database. So instead, I'm using the WayScript secrets system to store all that information to access that DB, and within my application, I'm creating an API where I'm going and querying that database. Now, the token management system is taking care of WayScript. So anybody in my workspace, I want them to have access to be able to query this database with their own WayScript key. And that's exactly what we get. So using that key that I've already showed you, let's query this URL of get customers. I'll make an empty key first to show you that we won't be able to access those resources. And let's go ahead and send this request. So send request.py. Once we send that, since we didn't include a key, we see that we don't get back the response that we're looking for. So now let's go and grab that key once more. So settings, application key, we'll copy that. And now we will paste it here. We'll send this request once more, and this time we should be able to access that database information, which we get back here. These are very brief examples, but I hope it shows you that you get custom control for different members of your workspace by using context of each user within your Flask applications. Each member gets a token that they can use in API requests or the ability to log in to dashboards and other services you build in your applications. And there's many more pre-built tools you can use. We saw the secrets over here, and we're easily deploying these applications using the trigger system, where all we have to do is put in a command and we get an endpoint made specifically for us. There's many more pre-built tools that we can use in each of these applications too. And I'll be sure to link a relevant documentation page down below to show you all of those. But as always, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know and we'll be happy to help you out. Until next time.